I'm sure you already know that food can bring comfort. It's one of the ways that survivors often mistreat themselves. The typical connection most survivors make is that when they eat food that's quote unquote not good for them, they're able to make uncomfortable feelings go away. At least as long as you're chewing, that's how it works. But I want to tell you about something that can make you think of yourself in a negative way that isn't true, one of those lies that feels like the truth, because you're worrying too much, you can't focus, you're too irritable or restless, or you're hyperactive, or you go into temper tantrums. This problem can even lead to a false diagnosis of anxiety, rapid cycling bipolar disorder, insomnia, ADHD, or depression. And if you saw my video about Sinead O'Connor's death, you know how I feel already about misdiagnosis when it comes to unresolved childhood trauma. So imagine if you could avoid these problems by shifting the way you eat. Would you do it? Hey, I'm Tamara Ridge, a licensed marriage and family therapist certified in integrative medicine and nutrition for mental health. Although I'm not a doctor, I've learned a lot about how to improve mental health symptoms using food, supplementation, and herbs, and integrative approaches that lead to wellness. I'm a survivor myself, and I'm here to share with you what I've learned to help you heal after childhood trauma so we can live a long, healthy life, long and healthy as we possibly can. The problem that I'm referring to in this video is called reactive or functional hypoglycemia. You may have heard it as a sugar crash. It's when your blood sugar drops after eating, usually within a few hours. And typically it happens for those of us who have a diet consisting of highly refined carbohydrates. And when your mood suddenly drops with your blood sugar, you might find yourself irritable or anxious, craving sweets, panicking, crying, even fainting, feeling weak, having personality changes, headaches, visual disturbances, confusion, and shakiness. All of this from eating a diet with too many refined carbs. So if you find yourself with severe mood swings and irritability, you might find that you feel much better and more stable if you focus on regulating your blood sugar. So people who are under chronic stress, and this is true for many survivors of childhood trauma, are even more vulnerable to reactive hypoglycemia. And the problem can be even worse if you drink alcohol or if you smoke. So if you're having the symptoms that I talked about here, see if some small changes can help you feel better. Just one thing at a time though. Don't change everything at once. See how you respond to each small change. Here are some suggestions. First, increase your protein intake, your healthy fats, and your complex carbohydrates. So I'm not suggesting that you just dump all of the refined carbs. Just try adding some things to see if you feel better. Replace refined carbohydrates with high-quality proteins, fats like butter, avocado, coconut, nuts, and eggs, and organic, starchy, and non-starchy vegetables as your primary source of carbs. At the very least, start with a diary where you write down what you eat and what happens to your mood afterwards. You might find it really enlightening when it comes to addressing your mental health symptoms. I've seen people eliminate anxiety and depressive symptoms when they just adjust their diet and add supplementation. So I've put a link in the description below, and you can reach out to me if you'd like my personal assistance in the use of food and integrative medicine to reduce your mental health symptoms. In my next video, I'm going to explain how chronic stress leads to inflammation in the body, depression, and self-medicating behaviors, and how to reverse that trend if that's a problem for you. You can find that video right here. See you next time.